All right, good evening, baseball fans. Welcome to the 23rd of October, 2023, 11:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Pretty soon we're going to have to say Eastern Standard Time. Anyhow, what an exciting postseason we have in 2023. Both series tied at 3. So let's go Phillies and let's go Rangers. Let's go Rangers. Not a Rangers fan, but rather, I'm not an Astros fan, so hopefully. Hey, there's Sakuni 007. Guys, check out that channel. And anybody catching us on the flip side, just doing excellent stuff on his channel. Inside Pitch, PC Baseball. Excellent. Doing the 2008 season, I believe. Been doing some good stuff there. Did a double header, I think it was recently, yesterday, or has one going up too. So depending upon if Cousin Ken Castro shows up or not, will determine whether we're doing 19th century baseball or we're doing deadball baseball. The McGreevy League, hopefully we'll be doing the McGreevy draft this coming Saturday if we get enough people. Even if we don't, we're still going to do it. As Cousin Ken said, he is in it. He is in it. He is in it. All right, so let's look at some of these pitching matchups and team matchups and see what looks good. Some of these we're going to auto sim. So the 1888 Giants and the 1876 St. Louis Brown Stockings. Yeah, that one is just going to be auto played. Love to see more of the 1888 Giants, but the 1876 Brown Stockings had 8 wins and 52 losses versus a 34 and 23 Giants team. Yeah, that's going to be just played out. A possible 19th century one tonight could be the 1899 Superbas against the 1808 Alleghenies. The Superbas are 43 and 17, and the 1888 Alleghenies are 38 and 19. So pretty good matchup there. Jay Hughes versus Ed Morris. Both of them with fantastic records right now. Let me see what else here. The Louisville Grays, unfortunately, have to face the 1895 Spiders, and we haven't seen the Spiders very much, but Louisville only 6 and 54. There's Bernie Strom, another excellent broadcaster in our community. So we're probably not going to do the Grays and the Spiders either. Louisville Grays of 1876, they are 6 and 54. The 1895 Spiders are 31 and 29. So meh. Let me see here. Another possible 19th century game might be the 1879 Bisons against the 1875 Red Stockings, only because we haven't seen the Bisons yet play this year. What's left here? The 1894 Orioles, 1884 Grays, obviously would be a game. Now, going to the dead ball side of things, gets a little bit more interesting as we have a great matchup between the 1910 Philadelphia Athletics and the 1902 Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates in first place in the dead ball league at 37 and 23. I like this one because of the matchup. It's going to be Chief Bender for the Athletics versus Deacon Felipe for the 1902 Pirates. A good one. The 1914 Miracle Braves of Boston having themselves a pretty good season. Outclassing the team they'd be playing tonight, though, the 1918 Yankees, so probably not going to do that one. 1915 Phillies, 1916 Red Sox. We've seen these two teams a number of times, so not so sure about that. We do have a good matchup here between the 1907 Tigers and the 1904 Highlanders, however. George Mullen versus Jack Cheesebro, so that could be a fun one. And just for the pitching matchup, we have the 1919 Reds and the 1916 Robins. Dutch Ruther and Rube Marquard. Pretty good matchup there. Let me see what else. We have a good one here, the 1906 White Sox and the 1908 Naps. Ed Walsh. Actually, not a very good record for Ed Walsh, just 9 and 12. So I don't know, maybe he's just not getting a lot of run support. And really, we got the Cubs Nationals, so we're going to give Ken a little bit of time. And there is Larry Rice, newest member of not only the family here on this channel, but also in our McGreevy Discord. So I did see your question, and I've seen ties in Out of the Park Baseball, Bernie, so I'm not really sure. I've never seen that happen. I've seen ties, and not in Out of the Park 24. I haven't, but I'm not doing a season replay, but I have in past ones. So, and I think so. I think Mike Silva too, but he said he's gonna put that, because he's a beta tester for the game. So I did see that if you're referring to that. Um, so that would be a strange omission if they're treating ties as if they didn't happen, because they did and they counted. They counted in a way that they were kept as a statistic, but of course, we know what ties did in the 1908 National League pennant race. So, you lost the signal. I'm not sure, Bernie. Let me check my. Yeah, I mean, everything's coming through fine and strong here, so I'm not sure what might be going on. Might be going on because if let me just, I'm gonna test by typing hello. It's base ball. Yeah, so we seem to be fine. So Larry says he can see in here. So not sure what's going on, Bernie. I'm gonna give cousin Ken here a couple more minutes, and if not, we'll just play some Deadball baseball. I can do 19th century, but I always feel a little bit more comfortable with Ken here. Okay, so it's back. All right. My internet gets a little bit weird here, and YouTube gets a little bit weird. But I'll tell you what, because I don't know if Legends is doing something tonight. I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to jump into this game here, the 1910 Philadelphia Athletics against the 1902 Pittsburgh Pirates. This will be Chief Bender going for the Athletics against Deacon Felipe of the Pittsburgh Pirates. So the Athletics will be visiting the Pirates on the road. They're 9 wins, 21 losses. They're 29 and 31 overall. The 1902 Pittsburgh Pirates, first place in the dead ball side of things, the McGregor-Wagner division, I like to call it. At 37 and 23, Deacon Felipe is 10 and 9. The Pirates at home are 20 wins and 9 losses. So I think we're just going to do that, but I want to make sure Exposition Park is set up for that that nice camera angle that I like, and make sure that I've got these guys, at least got them some high socks. Yep, good. That's important. All right, and let's look at the ballpark itself and Exposition Park, and let's make sure I have that, and then we'll get into the game. All right, it's going to be time soon to do a deep dive. Yep, we do have above third. Nice. Okay, it's going to be time to do a deep dive again into Out of the Park baseball. So stay tuned for that. And Baseball for Windows. I've got more people asking questions about Baseball for Windows. So tutorials on the way. Oh my God, no, let's cancel this game because we're changing Danny Murphy's picture right now. We're changing Danny Murphy's picture right now. Let's go to the Athletics. All right, Danny Murphy, where are you? Where are you? Lineups. Lineups. Danny Murphy. Bad picture there for Danny Murphy. So let's get a better one. Hopefully everybody had a good day today. Bernie, I'm sorry I could not make your broadcast if you did one today, as I had to, with work was a little bit early and everything like that. So import photo file, and let's do this filter, and let's see if we can find the correct, I guess we got to do Danny. Yeah. Let's see. Let's just do Danny and see what we come up with. All right, so we go down here, down. The weird thing about Out of the Park baseball is you're really not sure which Danny Murphy you're going to get, or any of them. So let's try C, and let's load. And we get nada. You know what? And we're just going to leave it at nada. All right. And let's save it. So rather have no picture than a guy from, like, whatever. Look for it later, or I'll just bring it over from Action PC. My photo file here isn't updated the way I have it as I do in Action PC Baseball. All right, let's get to this damn game. All right, for the visiting Philadelphia Athletics, the batting order looks like this. Rube Oldring, Home Run Baker, Danny Murphy. Eddie Collins, Blackjack Berry, Joe Jackson, Ira Thomas, and Chief Bender. So Chief Bender with a 1.99 earned run average, 13 and 7, with a WHIP of 1.01. Strikeouts only 2.5 strikeouts per 9 innings and 1.2 walks per 9. For the Pittsburgh Pirates would be Lefty Davis, Fred Clark, and Hannes Wagner. Tommy Leach, Ginger Beaumont, Jimmy Burke. Jimmy Sebring, so we'll see Jimmy Sebring for the first time tonight. Jack O'Connor and Deacon Felipe. Felipe at 10 and 9 at 2.52 under on average. His WHIP at 1.27. Strikeouts per 9, 3.2, and walks per 9, 1.8. And I think tonight our player of note will be Tommy Leach. All right, let's get to the ballpark. As soon as we set this up to above third, and for the action camera, we'll start out with wide and see what happens. All right. Hey, Mike. Yeah, Mike, with my work schedule, I don't really have much of a choice. So thanks for coming and saying hi, everybody. Or hi to everybody, Mike. Yeah. Hopefully Saturday you can be around and for the little McGreevy draft action. That'll be in the afternoon. I don't think I'm going out Saturday night. All right, Rube Oldring to lead it off for the 1910 Philadelphia Athletics. They defeated the Cubs in the World Series that year. And we'll see. I don't think we're going to have the $100,000 infield tonight. Nope, we will not. So Heitmiller, once again, will be starting at left instead of Joe Jackson, who's playing at first. So we're seeing McGinnis a lot in pinch hitting action. Rube Oldring is hitting .254, 19 runs batted in, and 3 home runs. Let's have a trip around Exposition Park, Pittsburgh, PA, courtesy of Michael Silva in this chat. Beautiful work, Mike. Here's the wind in the pitch from Felipe. And this first pitch is skied high on the infield. And calling for it, waving off Wagner, is Jimmy Burke. So we are underway here at Pittsburgh. And stepping up now is Hall of Famer Home Run Baker. Baker hitting .280 in the season, 17 ribbies, including a solo home run. Mike says it's okay. Listen to this broadcast in the morning on his way to and from the gym. Love the player spotlights. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Mike. Tonight we're doing Tommy Leach. Thank you so much. Means a lot. Yeah, so Bernie's talking about it's not recognizing ties in the schedule. There's a tie in real life it doesn't schedule the game. Any thoughts? I've never run into that, Bernie. That's weird because I've had ties in out of the park baseball. So I'm not sure what's going on. I do know that Mike wrote something in there that he would submit that to the team. He's a beta tester for out of the park. So I have no idea, Bernie. And I haven't done a season replay in out of the park baseball probably 2018. I replayed the 1919 season and didn't run into that, so I'm not sure. Another player playing out of position tonight, by the way, I'm looking here, Fred Clark, playing at first base. Fred Clark, the player manager of the 1902 Pirates, usually the left fielder, but Lefty Davis getting some time tonight, so we'll see what the Bucks are doing. Oh, no worries, Cousin Ken. I didn't know when you were coming in, so we just jumped into Deadball for this time. But who says we can't do a doubleheader unless Legends goes on? And, I don't like to compete. All right. Deacon Philippe ready to work. Here's the 1-0 delivery to Home Run Baker. And Baker swings, and this one laced into center field, and that will get down for a base hit. In front of Ginger Beaumont. Danny Murphy now, and tried to change, and we got a different Danny Murphy, which is not what I wanted. We'll find him. We will find the proper Danny Murphy. Anyhow, he's hitting .303, 22 ribbies, 2 home runs. Frank Baker at first. Deacon Philippe with the check of the runner. Here's the 0-1. And Danny Murphy swings, and this one's going to get down. Base hit, right field. And Frank Baker will hold at second. So the 1910 Athletics with 2 on and 1 out for Eddie Collins. Collins hitting 313, 25 ribbies, 2 home runs. Philippe having to deal with a lot of speed at first. Baker at second, Murphy at first. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And Collins bounces this one to second, and they are not going to turn 2. So Murphy with a hard slide breaks up the double play. Runners at the corners, 2 down now for Blackjack Berry. 31 homers, 2 RBI, 288 average on the season. Philippe working out of a little jam here. The 2-1 out of the stretch. And this one, fly ball to center field. Will it stay up? Indeed it will. Ginger Beaumont will pull it in. Side retired, no runs, 2 hits, 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the first. The 1910 Athletics nothing. The 1902 Pittsburgh Pirates coming to bat and leading it off here. Playing left field today for some bizarre reason is Lefty Davis. That is usually where player manager Fred Clark patrols, but here we go. Lefty Davis with a 235 average, 16 ribbies for him. Chief Bender ready to work. The payoff pitch to Lefty Davis. And Davis lays off that one and draws the walk. So ball 4 missing, and Cousin Ken, we are rooting for the Phillies. Got to get it done. Both series tied 3-3. And Dan Burke, good evening, man. Good to see you. And Aaron Reed here. As Bernie says, he may switch his 1914 replay to Action PC to avoid the ties problem. Yeah, I've never seen it, man. I've never seen it, Bernie. I might have to do maybe sim out a season replay to see if it happens in this edition. I know that when I played it in 2018, I was playing out of the park 19, and I did not have that. I did not see that issue, so we'll have to check. All right, so Fred Clark playing first base tonight. He's hitting 262, 14 ribbies, a home run. Chief Bender ready to deal. Here's the 0-1 to Fred Clark, and the runner goes, and in there uncontested is Lefty Davis. So he is 9 for 19 in stolen base attempts. So the Buccos with a runner in scoring position, and the 0-2 to Fred Clark. And Clark swings, and this one, high fly ball center field, back on this ball, and pulling in and making the catch is Rube Oldring. Lefty Davis not going to run on Rube out there in center field. So 1 down for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And here's Hannes Wagner. He's had a hot bat of late and a good start. Well, we're over halfway through the season, having a good season. 341 average for Hannes, 34 runs batted in, 3 home runs. Bender works the 1-0 delivery, and Wagner swings. This one grounded to short. This should be the second out, and indeed it is. Barry has it shortstop to shortstop, and moving to third is Lefty Davis. 2 down now for our player of note, Tommy Leach, who we'll get to when he bats again. Leach hitting 313, 27 runs batted in, 3 home runs. Bender from the stretch, and the pitch. And this one is going to be a wild pitch. No, it's a pass ball. Charge a pass ball to Ira Thomas. And coming in to score is Lefty Davis in the 1902 Pirates. Take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. The Pirates sitting in first place in the McGregor-Wagner division, which is the Deadball side of this league. Tommy Leach back in the box, and the count even at 2-2. Base is empty. Leach swings. This one grounded back to the pitcher. Bender has it, and he fires on to first to Joe Jackson. Side retired. But the Pittsburgh Pirates pick up 1 run, and we go to the top of the second, and it's Pittsburgh 1, Philadelphia 0. Dan Burke said number 162 did not start until 1961 in the American League and 1962 in the National League. Yep. No, in fact, Tsukuni, in the 154 game schedule wasn't even a thing yet throughout all of Deadball. If I remember correctly, it was around somewhere between 1912 and 1914, somewhere around there, I think it was. And I think it was the American League that actually started that, the 154 game schedule. It was 154 games until, as Dan says, until the expansion. Yeah, Bernie's saying he thinks it's all. He also thinks it's 1914. Yep. All right. Leading it off here is shoeless Joe Jackson. Jackson having a bit of an off year here. He's hitting just 268 with 26 ribbies. And Jackson has yet to homer. Deacon Philippe with the 2-2 pitch. Here is the windup and the delivery to shoeless Joe Jackson. Jackson sends this one out to medium center, and Ginger Beaumont will pull it in for out number 1. Ira Thomas now, that pass ball costing the Athletics rather dearly, at least thus far. Hitting 247, 8 ribbies, and 2 taters. Deacon Philippe with the 1-0 delivery. And Thomas swings, wrapped to first, and fielding it nicely there is Fred Clark playing out of position, tosses on to Deacon Philippe, covering for out number 2. So good morning, afternoon, and here's Heine Heitmuller once again starting in left field for these Athletics. Hitting just 180, 6 runs batted in. Deacon Philippe deals to Heitmuller, and Heitmuller swings this one, just a lazy fly ball to left field, and Lefty Davis will bring it down for good night. We go to the bottom of the second. The Pirates 1, the Athletics nothing. It would be Ginger Beaumont, Jimmy Burke, and Jimmy Sebring, who we haven't seen yet this season. So Ginger Beaumont, a player that we're also going to feature one night, hitting 274 with 22 ribbies. Bender deals to Beaumont, the wind and the pitch. Beaumont swinging on the first pitch. This one a slow grounder to short. Jack Berry up with it, the throw to first, and they get him by a gnat's eyelash. Good play there by Jack Berry. Excellent shortstop. Not quite in the league of Hannes Wagner, but a fine, fine shortstop. All right, here's Jimmy Burke, the second baseman now for the 1902 Pittsburgh Pirates. 289 average for him, 30 ribbies, including a home run. Bender deals. Here is the 0-1 pitch to Jimmy Burke. Burke swings on this one, grounded back to the mound. Chief Bender has it, and he will go to Joe Jackson at first for the 1-3 put out. So 2 up and 2 down now for right fielder Jimmy Sebring. Sebring, who is hitting .315 with 19 runs batted in. Bender studies the hitter. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Sebring. And the lefty swings. This one a little roller to second. Sebring, good speed going down first, will have himself an infield single. So the Buccos finally get their first run, or their first hit. Their run was due to a pass ball. So a runner aboard for Pittsburgh now for the catcher, Jack O'Connor. Got to fix that picture, damn it. All right, that's my fault, guys. I need to update this photo file. Jack O'Connor, 347 average, 30 home runs, or 30 ribbies, 3 home runs. Sorry, the 1-2 pitch to O'Connor. O'Connor cuts on this one, grounded to second. This will end the inning as Eddie Collins gets around that ball, gloves it, and tosses it on to first to Jackson for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left for the Pirates. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. The Pirates 1 and the Athletics nothing. Cooney says he's going to try to get the doubleheader tomorrow. All right. So both series tied. Phillies, come on, Phils, damn it. All right, so Chief Bender, Rube Oldring, and Home Run Baker due up. Deacon Felipe deals. Bender cuts in this first pitch. This one could be trouble. And this one gets over the head and center field of Ginger Beaumont, and Bender is going to have himself a leadoff double. So the tying run aboard for the 1910 Athletics, and it brings up the top of the order now, and Rube Oldring, who is nothing for 1. So the Rangers are going to the World Series. All right, congratulations to the Rangers. The Phillies, of course, go to the series. I'm rooting against the Rangers. If the Diamondbacks go, I'm going to have to flip a coin because I'm a National Leaguer, so it's hard for me to root for American League teams. But we'll see. And they're both expansion teams, so I really want the Phillies to get in there. All right, Felipe deals the 1-0 pitch, and this one skied on the infield. Felipe making his pitches today, making the call, and the catch is Fred Clark for out number 1. Bender not going anywhere. The Pirates want the Athletics to waste that double. Here's home run Baker. He has one hit in as many tries. Felipe deals. And there goes the runner to third. Bender could have himself a stolen base. And indeed he does. Chief Bender has his second larceny of the season. So, the tying run 90 feet away for the 1910 Athletics. And stepping up to the plate now is home run Baker again. And here we go. The payoff pitch. Baker swings. This one grounded to second. And the Bucks are going to concede the run. Bender scores. And Frank Baker retired on the ground out. So we are tied at 1. So not for me, Aaron. Not for me. Rangers, Diamondbacks, if that happens, I'll congratulate whoever's, but that's a World Series I would not remotely be interested in watching. So, rooting hard for the Phils because they're Pennsylvania, and because they're an old franchise. But, if it's Diamondbacks, Rangers, good luck. The Rangers... I would say this. I would root for the Rangers in that series only because they've not won a World Series yet. So, all right. Philippe deals the 1-1 pitch with 2 down to Danny Murphy. Murphy swings, and this one blooped into foul ground, right-hand side, and what a catch by Jimmy Sebring, covering about 3 acres there from right field to make the catch. Let's have a look at that one again. And there's the downstairs people's stupid dogs. Watch Sebring and right. Boom. Ready to give up his body there for the team. So, the Athletics do tie it up. We go to the bottom of the third. We're knotted at 1 here. Exposition Park in Pittsburgh. It'll be Deacon Felipe, Lefty Davis, and Fred Clark. Chief Bender has walked a batter thus far. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And this one swung on, a little flare out into right field. This will hang up for Danny Murphy to make the catch. 1 up, 1 down now. We're back at the top of the order. For the left fielder today, Lefty Davis. A 1-2 pitch to Davis. Davis cuts on this one and wrapped hard to second. Plenty of time for Eddie Collins to make the textbook 4-3 putout. Fred Clark now 0-for-1. Here is the pitch. Clark flied out his last time up. This one, a long fly ball out to left field. And they're not going to get to this one. It hits the wall out and left. And Fred Clark, with his speed, is going to have a triple easily. The head first slide. The throw coming down the line. And Fred Clark has triple number 5 of the season. And coming to the plate now, the Flying Dutchman, who is 0-for-1. The Bucks with a chance to go ahead here. Bender out of the stretch in the 1-0 to Wagner. Wagner swings and base hit up the middle. Hannes Wagner picks up the RBI double. Fred Clark trots home. Wagner making the wide turn at first. He will hold there, and the Bucks back on top, 2-1. And now we pause game action for Tommy Leach. Yes, Aaron Reed. Baseball, greatest game in the world. And I agree with you. It definitely is. So while I'm looking for Tommy Leach here, I was watching Dave Gardner. I know sometimes you say you listen in the background. I hope this is one of those nights that you do. Although I did thank you on that stream. While I, waiting to, or getting things ginned up for Pocket Pennant Run. Watched Dave play it today. It was one that he did a while back. And how well it works with Digital Diamond Baseball. And I am so excited after watching Dave play that to also just jump into it. It looks like a lot of fun. So, thank you, Dave Gardner. Dave Gardner, awesomeness. For a casual baseball, he claims to be a casual baseball fan. I would say he does pretty well. All right, gents, Tommy Leach. Settle in, and hopefully this isn't going to crap out like it did with Dave Bancroft. That was so much fun. All right, here we go. So Thomas William Leach, He was born November 4th, 1877 in French Creek, New York. Died September 29th, 1969 in Haines City, Florida. Good run for Thomas William Leach. He made his Major League debut September 28th, 1898 with the Louisville Colonels. He batted right through right, was 5'6.5" and 150 pounds. At the beginning of his career, Tommy Leach had hoped to join a team but needed a third baseman. He was told not to bother with the Washington Senators because they were already set at third with a player named Wagner. Leach signed with Louisville instead. Oh, you know what? Holy shit. We already did this guy. We already did Tommy Leach. We got to pick somebody else. So, you know what we're going to do? I remember reading that now. I should start noting down who we've talked about. So, let's find Ginger Beaumont instead. So, if you want to find out about Tommy Leach, you're going to have to find that broadcast because I don't know where it is. All right, so Ginger Beaumont. Tommy Leach was a really, really excellent player. But we already did him, so sorry. I'm an idiot, I know. I should just do Bancroft again, but he's not in this game. Just because that was the night everything crapped out. And it's probably a good thing. I was laughing so hard. That's one of the best write-ups. All right, Ginger Beaumont. Here we go. Here we go. Hopefully we're still live here. All right. Anyhow, Clarence Howarth Beaumont. Oh, he must have come from a rather privileged family. That's an interesting middle name. So anyhow, let's get to it here, guys. He was born July 23rd, 1876, Rochester, Wisconsin. He died April 10th, 1956, in Burlington, Wisconsin. Made his Major League debut April 21st, 1899, with Pittsburgh. Batted left through right, was 5'8", 190 pounds. Ginger Beaumont didn't look like the kind of player whose main virtue was speed, yet, although he carried 190 pounds on his 5'8" frame, so, it was 5'8", I said 5'6", so 5'8" frame, he could move as quickly as anyone in baseball. In a game played on his birthday in 1899, he went 6 for 6, and not a hit left the infield. My fourth time at bat, the third baseman stood 10 feet from the plate, and I still beat my bunt out, he recalled later. His speed made him one of the top leadoff men of baseball's deadball era. At Belloc College, Beaumont was primarily a catcher. Well, now we know he was from a family of privilege. He was a college boy. He's primarily a catcher, but he occasionally pitched or played in the outfield. After college, he played semi-pro ball in Wisconsin, where he came to the attention of Connie Mack, then the manager of the Western League's Milwaukee Brewers. When injuries decimated the Brewers' outfield late in 1898, Mack asked Beaumont to join the team. In the season's final 24 games, he batted .354 and stole 11 bases. That got the attention of the Pittsburgh Pirates, who purchased his contract. When Patsy Donovan became the Pirates' skipper, he put Beaumont in left field, where his fielding began to improve, and eventually he was switched to center. Opponents jumped on his given name, chanting Clarence, but after Beaumont finished his rookie year with a .352 batting average and 90 runs scored, he was known to everyone as Ginger for his shock of red hair. Fred Clark arrived as Pirates manager in 1900, and with a boatload of new talent that included Hannes Wagner, the Bucks jumped to second place. Beaumont scored 105 runs, the first of 4 consecutive 100-plus years, but he was beset by leg injuries that would bother him throughout his career. The next 3 seasons were the high point of Beaumont's career. The Pirates won 3 consecutive pennants, and Beaumont hit over .330 each season. In 1902, he led all National League batters with a .357 average and 193 hits. The next year, he upped his league-leading hits to 209 while hitting .341, 6th behind batting champ Wagner. That fall, the Pirates met Boston in the first modern World Series. In Game 4, Beaumont went 3 for 4 with a triple to score twice in a 5-4 Pirate win. Game 6 saw him go 4 for 5, steal 2 bases, score a run, and drive in another. Despite his efforts, the Pirates lost the game, and a few days later the series. Although the Pirates slipped in 1904, Beaumont again led the league in base hits, but the next year his leg problems returned. After playing only 80 games, he was traded to Boston. Beaumont gave his new team one good season before his leg problems became more frequent. He was in and out of the lineup for his last 3 years, the final one in Chicago. The man who was the first to step to the plate in the modern World Series made his last major league appearance pitch hitting for the Cubs in the 1910 World Series. Wow, I had no idea. These two teams here, right, against the Athletics. After one more season with the American Association St. Paul Apostles, he retired to his Wisconsin farm, where he maintained a lively interest in baseball until his death in 1956. So, career totals for Ginger Beaumont: 1,463 games, 5,660 at-bats, 955 runs, 1,759 hits, 39 career home runs, 617 runs batted in, an on-base percentage of .362, slugging average of .393, and a lifetime batting average of .311. Imagine if he wouldn't have had those leg problems. Beaumont, Hall of Very Good. Beaumont could have been Hall of Fame. And I'm so tempted to read the Dave Bancroft one, but we're going to wait till we see him in a game again. That has to be, along with Joe Kelly, the best write-up yet. It was hilarious. All right, anyhow, back to action here, and here's Tommy Leach. Batting with 2 down, Wagner on at first, Bender checking fellow Hall of Famer Wagner. The 2-2 pitch. And there goes Wagner, the throw down, and they got him. How about that? Ira Thomas gunning down the Flying Dutchman. But the Pirates put another run on the board, and they jump back in the lead. It is 2-1 as we head to the top of inning number 4. It'll be Eddie Collins, Blackjack Berry, and Shoeless Joe Jackson. Eddie Collins, nothing for one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And Cocky Collins bunts this one right back to the mound. Felipe having trouble getting it out of the glove. And Eddie Collins will pick up the infield single. So the tying run aboard now for the 1910 Athletics as Blackjack Berry steps to the plate. He is nothing for one. Felipe brings it home. And the runner goes. The bunt gets down the first base line. Collins was on the move, and a bad throw there by Fred Clark scored that one. E3, and Jack Berry is safe at first. Eddie Collins at second. And all of a sudden, a little bit of a mess seems to be bubbling to the surface here for the Pittsburgh Pirates of 1902, as a very dangerous Shoeless Joe Jackson, not having the best season thus far, strides to the plate. Jackson 0 for 1. Collins at second. Berry trailing him at first. Felipe deals the 1-1 pitch. Jackson swings, and this one grounded to short, and Wagner boots the ball. Or no, he does not. They say he cannot dig it out of his glove. They're going to award an infield hit. And Deacon Felipe right now is in serious trouble. Speed on the base paths, nobody out, and the inn is sold out, cranks and cranklets. Eddie Collins at third. Blackjack Berry at second. Shoeless Joe Jackson at first. For the catcher, Ira Thomas, looking to redeem himself from the pass ball that gave the Pirates a brief 1-0 lead back in the first inning. Felipe from the stretch and the 1-2 pitch. Ira Thomas swings, and this one a little shallow ball into center field, but Wagner with his range will get it on the outfield grass. So big out by Felipe, but it's not over yet. Infield playing in now for Heine Heitmuller. The Bucco is looking for the double play. Heitmuller is nothing for one in the contest. Here's the pitch. Heitmuller swings first pitch, and this one line to left. This should get a run in. Tagging at third and easily coming in to tie this game is Eddie Collins. And the 1910 Athletics battling a very tough Pittsburgh Pirate team. It is now 2-2. All right, here's Chief Bender, 1 for 1 and a stolen base. Jack Berry on second, Joe Jackson at first. Felipe needs to get out of it right here. The 3-1 pitch, and Bender swinging on that 3-1 pitch. Fly ball. Ginger Beaumont ranges under it and makes the catch. However, the Athletics tie it up here. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Philadelphia and Pittsburgh knotted at 2. It'll be Tommy Leach, Ginger Beaumont, and Jimmy Burke to bat for the 1902 Buccaneers. Tommy Leach, nothing for one. Chief Bender has walked a batter, has yet to strike out a batter. The full count coming to Leach, the wind and the pitch. Tommy swings, this one grounded to third, and this one gloved easily by home run Baker, and he will fire across to Joe Jackson for the 5-3 putout. One up and one down now for Ginger Beaumont, nothing for one. Bender with the 3-2 delivery. Beaumont cuts on this ball and this one between first and second into right field for a base hit. So the Bucks, with their fourth hit in the game, Legends Sports Universe says stopping to drop a lake while he's working on his F-ball project. Good to see you, Legends. Again, I was checking Discord and didn't see anything. Hope you're doing well, bud, and hopefully that project is going well for you. All right, Jimmy Burke now batting in the number 6 slot here for Pittsburgh. Beaumont aboard, so the go-ahead run now for the Pirates on at first. Bender checks the runner. Here's the wind and the pitch. Burke swings on this first pitch. This one, fly ball to center field, and Rube Oldring measuring it up there in the middle of the pasture and makes the catch. 2 away now for Jimmy Sebring. He is 1 for 1. Bender deals. Sebring, first pitch swinging, wrapped to short. Jack Berry will go to second for out number 3. So the Buccos get a hit and strand one. We go to the top of the 5th, and it is 2-2 here in the Castro-McGregor League, 19th Century and Deadball. So we're back at the top of the order for the 1910 Athletics. It'll be Rube Oldring, home run Baker, and Danny Murphy. Oldring in the game, nothing for 2. Deacon Philippe has neither walked nor struck out a batter. The 0-2 pitch to Oldring. Oldring swings. This one, 2-hopper to second base, and that's going to be a bad throw there at second. And Fred Clark having to chase that ball. Jimmy Burke making the bad throw, score that one. E4s, that one sails high. And the Buccos now, here we go again. This time it's an error. Second error for the Pittsburgh Pirates in this game. And Rube Oldring is the go-ahead run in scoring position here in the visitors' half of the 5th. Home run Baker, already an RBI in this game. He's 1 for 2. Philippe peers over his right shoulder at Oldring. Oldring cheating off second. Here's the pitch. And Baker gets a good bunt down, and the Bucks can only go to first. Sacrifice complete. And Rube Oldring moving to third on the play. So 1 away, and the Athletics of 1910 threatening here. Philippe ready to deal now to Danny Murphy, the wrong pitcher. The 2-1. Murphy swings, and Wagner, they are going to get this one. Wagner, no play. They're going to give the infield signal to Murphy. RBI, Rube Oldring scores, and now here we go. Seesaw game. The 1910 Athletics back on top, 3-2. 1 out, Danny Murphy on first for Eddie Collins. Collins, 1 for 2. The runner goes, the chuck down, and Danny Murphy with a head first slide. That is his 12th steal of the season. So an insurance run in scoring position now for the 1910 Mac men. Eddie Collins back in the box, and the 1-0 delivery to Collins. And they're going to go ahead and walk Collins, and I love that Out of the Park Baseball will pick up the nicknames. Really cool. Runners on first and second, 1 down. Buccos looking for the double play here, so they're going to walk Eddie Collins to get to Blackjack Berry, who is nothing for 1. Berry, a superb shortstop, somebody that we definitely have to feature on this channel. The 1-0 delivery to Blackjack reached an error his last time up, and this one line to center deep, or line to deep left, and making a great catch is Lefty Davis. So Deacon Philippe turning around, doffing the cap to his left fielder, 2 down. Philippe looking to get out of this with minimal damage. Shoeless Joe Jackson, 1 for 2. The 1-0 pitch, singled his last time up. Jackson sends this one sinking liner out to center field, and measuring it up and making the catch is Ginger Beaumont. However, the Athletics pick up a run and strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 5th. The 1910 A's 3, The 1902 Bucks 2. And Castro says games and simulations guest speaker on Thursday is Chris Taylor, video game designer, programmer. His credits include Hardball 2, the Amiga and IBM PC, and Triple Play 96 in the Sega Genesis. Have both games. Love them. I don't play Hardball 2 so much because I don't play baseball Twitch games, but I have fond memories of both. Triple Play, the Triple Play series, loved it. High Heat series, loved it. So Chris Taylor, good stuff. A respected name in the gaming community. All right, it'll be Jack O'Connor, Deacon Felipe, and Lefty Davis due up for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Chief Bender with the 0-1 pitch to Jack O'Connor. O'Connor swings. This one grounded to Barry. Barry to Jackson for the 6-3 putout. 1 up, 1 down now for the pitcher, Deacon Felipe. The Bucko pitcher, nothing for 1. The 0-1 delivery. Felipe shows bunt, bounce this one foul on the third base side. The count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Felipe bunts and strikes out. And he can thank Willie Keeler for that. So quickly, 2 down. We're back at the top of the order now. Left fielder Lefty Davis, who is nothing for 1. Bender winds and fires to Davis. Davis swings, and this one, little Texas leaguer into right field, but running in on it and making the catch is Danny Murphy, calling off Rube Oldring. The Buccos do absolutely nothing. We go to the 6th, the 1910 A's 3, the 1902 Pirates 2, and Deacon Felipe will pitch to Ira Thomas, Heine Heitmuller, and Chief Bender. Thomas, nothing for 2 in the game, and a passed ball. Here's the 0-1 pitch. He popped out last time, and this time base hit past Wagner into center field. So the 1910 Philadelphia A's have their 7th hit of the game, out hitting the Buccos 7-4. All right, here's Heitmuller now. He has an RBI in this game. Otherwise, he's 0 for 1. With a 2-2 pitch, Heitmuller swings. Good contact on this ball, and what a catch. Or no, what a play in right field, but unable to make the catch in right field. And coming around to score and going for 3. I'm not sure what happened here, but the throw to third, that's going to be an RBI triple. And let's look at that one again. That was a weird one. Let's see what happens. Jimmy Sebring gets to the ball, and he hits the cutoff man, Jimmy Burke. Wow, that was a weird-looking one. Let's have a look at that play again. All right, I see what happened. So this is something that also I know there's nothing really that Mike can do about this in out-of-the-park baseball. It has trouble with big ballparks like this. So that would have been a triple anyhow in this era because there would have been fans out there and stuff like that. But because it considers a little bit deeper than where Jimmy Sebring is as a warning track or a wall, Exposition Park was a monstrously huge park. So the play's exact, but the way it plays out gets a little bit messy because you saw that weird turn that he took. So not good at big ballparks in terms of the visuals. But then again, I don't know how many people who play out-of-the-park baseball play Deadball or 19th Century, so probably not high in the list of the of Marcus and company to take care of, unfortunately. The modern baseball players get all the love. Chief Bender 1 for 2 and a stolen base. Heine Heitmuller at third. Infield playing in, trying to cut off the run. It's 4-2 Philadelphia. Felipe ready to deal. And here's a little grounder. Wagner up with that one. And the throw to first to retire Bender. So 1 away. Heitmuller remains at third. Infield still playing in. And Rube Oldring, not looking for him to bunt here, but he is 0 for 3. Felipe out of the stretch, and Oldring indeed laces a base hit into right field. That'll be an RBI. Heitmuller will come in to score. And the 1910 Athletics adding more security here in the top of the 6th. It is now 5-2. So even if the Pirates lose this, they still will retain first place. But 1910 Athletics, a great team. And Two great teams clashing here today, but the Athletics so far owning the day. All right, here is home run Baker, 1 for 2 with a run batted in. Rube Oldring with good speed on at first. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Baker. Sacrifice bunt last time. Fly ball to deep center field. Ginger Beaumont is not going to get to this ball. Bouncing all the way to the wall. Baker coming through clutch. He's going to stop at second. And coming in to score is Rube Oldring. And this one's turning into a laugher at 6-2. The 1910 Athletics now with their 10th base knock, as Ernie Harwell would say. Danny Murphy, great day at the plate for him. He is 2 for 3 with a run batted in. Home run Baker at second, 1 down here in the 6th. The 1-1 pitch to Danny Murphy. RBI single last time up, and he singles to right this time. And holding at third will be home run Baker. Runners at the corners. Philippe not sharp at all. And he has to face Eddie Collins. Collins was intentionally walked last inning. So they could get to Blackjack Berry, who has a cold bat. 1 for 2 for Cocky Collins. Murphy at first. Baker at third. The 1-1 pitch. And this one is going to be a wild pitch. But O'Connor able to jump on it, so the runners do not advance. Nice play behind the dish by Bucco catcher Jack O'Connor. Philippe from the stretch in the 2-1. The runner goes, the throw down, and they are not going to get Danny Murphy. Stolen base number 13. 2 in scoring position for Philadelphia now. Still only 1 out. First base open. Will Philippe walk Eddie Collins once again to get to Blackjack Berry? Let's see. He will not. And he swings on this one. Line to center field. This one back. And Ginger Beaumont makes the catch. Here's the strong throw coming into the plate. The tag. And Baker is out of there. He is out of there. That one getting in there, a 1 hop. But the Athletics pick up 3 runs on 5 hits. They strand 1. And they lead 6-2. Let's look at that play, however, by Ginger Beaumont. That was a rocket that he fired back in. Beaumont wasting no time getting that ball home, and they got a speedy home run Baker dead to rights. All right, we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and it'll be Fred Clark, Hannes Wagner, and Tommy Leach due up for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Player manager Clark is 1 for 2 in the game. Tripled his last time up, and this time gets plunked. And I'm sure Chief Bender didn't mean to do that with a 4-run lead. See if there'll be any retaliation by the Pittsburgh Pirates. One thing I love about out-of-the-park baseball, if I was managing, when they come up next, I could intentionally hit them. I don't know too many other baseball games where you can intentionally hit a batter. I love it. All right, here's Wagner, 1 for 2 with a run batted in. Wagner was caught stealing last time up. Wagner swings, and this one drilled out to left center, and I mean into another county. So Wagner is rounding second, and they're going to hold these speedy runners up. All right, so the Bucks with 2 now in scoring position. Fred Clark at third, Hannes Wagner at second for Tommy Leach. Tommy is nothing for 2. So player manager Fred Clark decides to hold himself up and Hannes Wagner. Bender from the stretch. And this one is a wild pitch. Ira Thomas having to go back to get it, and sliding in to score is Fred Clark, and Hannes Wagner will move to third. So the Buccos now 6-3. Nobody out. Tommy Leach back in the box. Wagner dancing down the line at third. The 3-1 pitch to Tommy Leach. Leach swings, and he lines this one way out to center field. Leach will have himself at least an RBI double. Hannes Wagner comes in to score. Tommy's going to hold at second. So the Bucks chipping away at that Philadelphia A's lead. The Athletics leading 6-2 coming into the bottom of the 6th. The Bucks plating 2. It's now 6-4, making it a ball game. And here's our player of note, Ginger Beaumont batting with a runner in scoring position. Ginger 1 for 2, still nobody out. Tommy Leach pretty fast out there. Beaumont, pretty good contact hitter. The 1-2 pitch to Beaumont. Beaumont swings. This one a little flare, lofted to left field. That's going to stay up there long enough for Heini Heitmuller to make the catch. Tagging at second. The head first slide to tag. And Tommy Leach is safe at third. So good gutsy play there. That ball was not that deep. Leach with good speed, good heads up running there. Potential Bucko fifth run just 90 feet away with 1 out, and it brings up Claude Ritchie now as a pinch hitter. Claude Ritchie seeing limited action in the season. Baseball fans, hitting .288. He's 15 for 52 with 6 runs batted in. Bender out of the stretch in the full count. Here's the pitch to Ritchie. And that's going to be ball 4, missing away. So the Bucks now with runners at the corners as we're getting into the Gloman here at Exposition Park. Jimmy Sebring 1 for 2. Bender from the stretch and the 1-1. Sebring cuts on this one. Fly ball left field toward the line. Ranging it up and making the catch is Heini Heitmuller. Tagging at third is Tommy Leach, and he will trot home with the 5th Pirate run. So the Pirates battling back, and they weren't known as the battling Bucks yet. That wouldn't come until the 1970s, but battling back here. 5, 6, and 2 for the Bucks now. In the bottom of the 6, 6, 11, and 0 for the 1910 Athletics. I think we got us a good ball game here. All right. Claude Ritchie on at first, and here is Jack O'Connor, nothing for 2. Here's the wind and the pitch. O'Connor swings in the first pitch. This one hopper to second. Eddie Collins making the play, making it look easy, the 4-3 putout. However, the Pittsburgh Pirates pick up 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors, a runner left on. And they have cut drastically into this 1910 Athletics lead. It is now 6-5. Deacon Philippe needs to stay sharp, though, or get sharp, I should say. He's going to be facing Blackjack Berry, Shoeless Joe Jackson, and Ira Thomas. Jack O'Connor with the signs. Deacon Philippe has one he likes, the 0-2 pitch to Blackjack, who flied out his last time, and a swing and a miss there on a changeup from Philippe. So 1 up, 1 down now for Shoeless Joe Jackson, who's 1 for 3. First time Jackson's been up in the game where there hasn't been anybody on base. Here's the wind and the pitch to Shoeless Joe, swinging on the first pitch. Just a little roller to first, and Fred Clark will take that one 3 unassisted. 2 up, 2 down now for Ira Thomas. And the man who wears the tools of ignorance for the Philadelphia Athletics, 1 for 3. Here's the wind and the pitch. Thomas rolls this one to third base. And an easy play there for Tommy Leach. The Athletics go down 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's still the 1910 Athletics 6, the Pittsburgh Pirates of 1902 5. Check up on Chad here, just really quickly. Aaron says he loves the triple play series. Good stuff. So Aaron says he has them all the way up to 2002. Absolutely. Could have continued series like Hardball. That one actually stopped at Hardball 6 2000 edition. Hardball 6, probably the weakest in the series, which is probably why it went away. And it started having serious competition from games like High Heat and others. So, triple play as well. So, Accolade, the publisher of Hardball, of course. Every once in a while, I fire up the Commodore 64 emulator and will just play a couple innings of the very, very first Hardball. I have all the Hardball games, but that one has a special place in my heart. And amazing what Accolade did with that game, all things considered. Some of the games on the Commodore 64, like Micro League Baseball, you only had 38K free after the right, because you had the system Microsoft Basic loaded in there, and you had 38K free on that machine. And doing excellent games like Hardball and Micro League Baseball, and so many other great games in the Commodore 64. Still the best-selling computer of all time. All right, George Merritt will pitch hit here for the Pittsburgh Pirates to lead off the bottom of the seventh. So Deacon Philippe's day is done. Merritt is 1 for 13, so only 13 at bats for him, hitting .77 here in 1902. Chief Bender deals. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Merritt. 0 for 3 is a pinch hitter. Merritt swings, and this one could be a hit. No, it's not. Rube Oldring makes it look easy. 1 up, 1 down now. Back at the top of the order in left fielder, Lefty Davis. Nothing for 2. Chief Bender winds and deals the payoff pitch. Lefty Davis lines this one into center field, but that's going to stay up, and Rube Oldring will make the catch. So 2 up, 2 down for the Bucks now, and that will bring up Fred Clark, who is 1 for 2. Here's the 1-0 delivery to Fred Clark. Clark swings, and oh, nice play at second base by Eddie Collins. The Buccos go 1, 2, 3. The score remains 65 as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Let's look at that play from the great Eddie Collins. Yup, and that one was a gap shot if Collins doesn't get the leather on it. All right. So here in the 8th, we'll see Heine Heitmuller, Chief Bender, and Rube Oldring for the Philadelphia Athletics. Coming on in relief for the Pittsburgh Pirates here in the 8th will be Sam Lever. Lever, no record this year. 5 in a third innings work, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, 4 walks, only struck out 1. An ERA, a rather astronomical 8.44. Lever has good stuff, good movement, and he's a good control pitcher. Let's see what happens here. All right. Heitmuller swinging on the first pitch, and this one's going to hang up in right field, and measuring it up and making the catch is the right fielder, Jimmy Sebring. 1 up, 1 down now. They're going to allow Chief Bender to bat. He's 1 for 3, including a steal. The 0-1 pitch to Bender. Bender, hard shot into left for extra bases down in the corner here in Exposition Park, and Chief Bender is fancying himself to be Ty Cobb today. All right, so that's another extra base hit for the Athletics. Their 12th hit of the game, and we're back at the top of the order, and center fielder Rube Oldring batting with a runner in scoring position and 1 down. Oldring 1 for 4 with a run batted in. Lever lets it go. Oldring swings, grounder to first. Fred Clark has it, and he will go to Sam Lever covering. So 2 away, Chief Bender moves to third on the play. And Home Run Baker stepping up. He's having a good day at the plate, baseball fans. He's 2 for 3 with 2 runs batted in. Christopher Slovic, he says this is great to get him back to his routine. Welcome in, Chris. So good to see you. Thanks for joining us here at Pittsburgh's Exposition Park. Sam Lever works from the stretch, and the 1-0 to Home Run Baker. And Baker bloops this one out to center field. This will get down in front of Beaumont for a base hit. So Baker picks up his 20th run batted in of the season as Chief Bender scores, and the Athletics now with a safer lead. It is 7-5. Danny Murphy now 3 for 4 with a run batted in. Baker on at first. Here's the payoff pitch. Baker goes on the pitch, and this one rolled up the left field line. This is going to go for extra bases. Danny Murphy's going to have an RBI double, an RBI triple, to be more specific, as Frank Baker crosses the plate. And once again now the Bucks find themselves down 3, at one time down 4. It is now 8-5. So it's going to depend on what the 1915 Phillies do, as they are, I think, a game and a half or 2 games behind these Pirates. So the 1915 Phillies catching this on the playograph in downtown Philadelphia, or wherever they're playing. I have no idea, actually. But catching it on the playograph nonetheless. Danny Murphy at third. Here is Cocky Collins, 1 for 3. The pitch. And they are going to intentionally walk Collins. They've tried this strategy before to get to Blackjack Berry. Are they playing with fire? Putting Collins on at first, and Collins has no trouble at all stealing with 2 outs. Blackjack is nothing for 3. Lever from the stretch and the 2-1 to Berry. Jack Berry swings. This one fly ball out to deep center field. Ginger Beaumont makes the play. But the Philadelphia Athletics of 1910, 2 runs, 3 hits, and a walk, and 2 left on. And it is now 8-5 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. And Pittsburgh will send up Hannes Wagner, Tommy Leach, and Ginger Beaumont. All right, Wagner 2 for 3, a run batted in, and a caught stealing. The 1-1 pitch to the Flying Dutchman. Wagner swings and dumps this one into right field, or is it going to hang up? It's going to hang up. Danny Murphy making the catch. So 1 up and 1 down for Tommy Leach, who almost was our featured player twice. He's 1 for 3 with a run batted in. The 3-0 delivery to Leach. Leach lays off and takes ball 4. Third walk issued by Chief Bender in the game to accompany 1 strikeout. And here's Ginger Beaumont, our player of note. He is a 1 for 3. Leach, good lead off first. Bender checks the runner. The 2-0. Leach does not go. This one grounded to third. Are they going to turn 2? They will not. This will be a 5-4 and a fielder's choice. So Ginger Beaumont on the fielder's choice. And that will bring up Claude Ritchie. Claude Ritchie came in to pinch hit and is staying in this game. Claude Ritchie making his first official at bat here. Let's see, the 1-2, whatever he did, rounded to short. At this point, Berry has it for the 3rd out. The Bucks get a walk, and that is all. We go to the Philadelphia Athletics 9th, and it will be Shoeless Joe Jackson, Ira Thomas, and Heine Heitmuller. When we get to the Pirates 9th, it will be Wagner, Leach, and Beaumont. Shoeless Joe, 1 for 4. Here's the 1-0. And Jackson swings. This one grounded to Wagner. Wagner to Clark for the first out of the inning. Ira Thomas now 1 for 4. The 1-0 delivery. And Thomas bloops this one into center field. And that little Texas leaguer, Dying Quail, will get down for a base hit. Number 15 for the Philadelphia Athletics. Sam Lever now to face Heitmuller, who is 1 for 3 and has batted in 2 of these 8 Philadelphia Athletics runs. Thomas leads off first. Here's the pitch. Heitmuller swings, and this one just out in front of the plate and going to second by O'Connor. No relay throw. So 2nd out, Heitmuller aboard thanks to the fielder's choice. Good heads-up play by Jack O'Connor. Could have easily gotten Heitmuller at first, but wanting to get that lead runner. Brings up Chief Bender, who has been tough today. 2 for 4 and a stolen base and a 3-run lead. A 1-0 pitch. Bender doubled his last time up, and he's going to roll this one to second base. And Claude Ritchie will toss on to Fred Clark at first. So the Athletics strand 1. We go to the bottom of the 9th. The 1910 Athletics 8. The 1902 Pirates 5. Jimmy Sebring, Jack O'Connor, and Sam Lever due up for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Sebring 1 for 2 with a run batted in. Bender looking for complete game win, the 2-1 pitch. Jimmy Sebring flied out his last time up, and this one sent out to right field, has some distance, but Danny Murphy making a play out there in deep right. So 1 up, 1 down now. Jack O'Connor, nothing for 3. The 1-0. O'Connor grounded to second his last time up. And this time, liner to center field, and that is going to be a nice catch out there in center by Rube Oldring. It's down to Kitty Bransfield now to pinch hit. Bransfield hitting .285, 25 runs batted in. Another player that definitely deserves recognition, and we will get to Kitty Bransfield either here or if he gets drafted into the Ned McGreevy League. Bransfield didn't make the McGreevy League last time. Here's the pitch. Bransfield, little quail out into shallow center, and making the catches Eddie Collins, and that ends this game. The Bucks tried to make it a ball game, but the Athletics putting those 2 runs on the board in the 8th. sealed it. All right, so the Athletics bested the Pirates 8-5 at Exposition Park. Home Run Baker was one of the standouts. He went 3 for 4 with a double and 2 singles while adding 3 runs batted in and scoring once. The 10th place Athletics are now 30-31. Heine Heitmuller, the 27-year-old left fielder, had a direct impact on the outcome. Heitmuller contributed a run-scoring triple in the top of the 6th inning to put Philadelphia up 4-2. So the player of the game, of course, is going to be Home Run Baker. And the Philadelphia Athletics improved to 30-31. The 1902 Pittsburgh Pirates fall to 37-24. Looking at the pitching line here really quickly, Bender with the win will go to 14-7. 9 complete, 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 3 walks, 1 strikeout, and a 2.09 earned run average. Deacon Philippe will fall to 10-10. He went 7, 11 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, a 2.62 earned run average. Sam Lever worked 2 in relief, gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, walked 1. And the ERA went from 8.44 to 8.59. Stolen bases in this game for the Philadelphia Athletics, Danny Murphy and Chief Bender. The Pittsburgh Pirates, Lefty Davis with 1 stolen base. Hannes Wagner was caught stealing. Ira Thomas with a pass ball that gave the Buccos a very short-lived lead. So Ira Thomas certainly redeemed there. So there we go. Let's leave Exposition Park and this game. All right. We've got some really good ones. We have a great matchup here in terms of pitching. George Mullen versus Jack Cheesebro. 1907 Tigers, 1904 Highlanders. The Highlanders, though, not playing very good baseball, but just to see what Cheesebro can do. Had a rough outing his last time up. He is 9-10 right now. So, Ken, just to let you know what's going on in the 19th century, and we'll look at standings and a few league leaders, and then we will call this one a broadcast. All right, so we have a good matchup coming up here. The 1899 Superbs, 1888 Alleghenies, both teams above 500 in the 19th century Castro Radbourne division. Jay Hughes versus Ed Morris. Brown Stockings and Giants, we're going to quick play that right now. And how about this? The 1876 St. Louis Brown Stockings defeat the 1888 New York Giants 4-2. So the Brown Stockings improved to 9-52, and the 1888 Giants fall to 34-24. So George Bradley picking up the win. Cannonball Titcomb taking the loss. All right, the 1887 Detroit Wolverines against the 1887 Wolverines against the 1878 Reds. This is Charlie Getzine versus Bobby Mitchell. The Wolverines very much in this race, so we're going to go ahead and quick play this one. Detroit Wolverines dispatch the Reds 4-1. Getzine gets the win, goes to 9-8. Mitchell taking the loss, and the wrong Mitchell, of course, there goes to 14-12. The Louisville Grays and Spiders. Can the Louisville Grays beat the Spiders here? Can they take a game here? They're 6-54. Let's quick play it. And they do. How about it? The 2 worst teams in the Castro Radbourne division get a win tonight. The 1876 Grays improved to 7-54. The Cleveland Spiders, they've continued their slide, baseball fans. They're 31-30. So Jim Devlin gets the win. Cy Young takes the loss. Good game there, though. 2-9-2 for the Grays, 1-4-2 for the Spiders. I think we're going to save the 1879 Bisons and 1875 Red Stockings Cousin Ken, because it's Pud Galvin and Al Spalding. Let's see, 1899 Phillies against the Worcester Ruby Legs. You know, we haven't seen the Ruby Legs play, so we're going to save that one. We're going to go ahead and do 1914 Braves, 1918 Yankees as an auto play. This is Bill James versus Ray Caldwell. The 1918 Yankees, one of the ringers in this Deadball side, not very good. But here we go. Look at that. They dispatched the 1914 Braves 7-4. Home run Baker. Again, we have doppelgangers in this one. So home run Baker picking up a home run. So actually, let's look at this box score. Looks like he has 2 home runs in this game. Let's have a quick look here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Yeah, there we go. There we go. All right. So Frank Baker with 2 home runs. Way to go, home run Baker. All right. And he's player of the game in this one, too. It's Frank Baker night here on the Beatles Eternally Familia. 1907, 4 times. We're going to save that. Phillies Red Sox, we've got to save that one, too. Not only for the pitching matchup, but because both of these teams are in the running. Um, the, uh, the Red Sox outside chance. The Phillies, though, in second place at 35 and 25. The Red Sox 28 and 29, but it's Grover Cleveland Alexander versus Dutch Leonard. Definitely saving that one. We have to replay that game in the 1915 series. Sorry about that, Cousin Ken. Another great one coming up here. Not so much in pitching. We'll see Ed Walsh, but because we do have 2 teams here in the running, the 1906 Hitless Wonders, 31 and 29, and the 1908 Naps of 31 and 27. A game we're going to have to save. The 1919 Reds against the 1916 Robins. This is Dutch Rutherford Marquard. We will play this one, or quick play it. And it is 5-2. Brooklyn taking this. Heine Grove picking up a home run for the Cincinnati Reds. And finally, the 1913 Nationals and the 1918 Cubs. Quick play. And the 1918 Cubs edge the 1913 Nationals 2-1. You know, in any of these games here, if you want to see them or see some highlight reels, we can actually watch the entire game. And I'll sit back and talk some baseball while the game plays out. Or whatever. So I would like to do that some night. Maybe just pick one of the games we played and just let it play out. Whew, yep, 9 and 52, Larry. 9 and 52. How do you add a game to an out-of-the-park schedule? I've never tried. I have never tried. Let's see. Is there a way to do that? Let me see. I have no idea, Bernie. I've never tried it. I'll see if I can find an answer for you, Bernie, and let you know in Discord. I have never tried to add a game to a schedule in out-of-park baseball. Never, 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 never. It can be done. Go to Edit League. All right, well. Let's go to Edit League, wherever the hell that is. Is it League Home? Edit League? Never ever done this. I'm just trying to find it. Okay, go to CML League Settings. Okay. Thank you, Chris. League Settings. Okay. All right, I'm in League Settings. Rules, financials, options, players, league actions. Edit league schedule. Okay. Well, now you know, Bernie. I guess it's edit league schedule. Edit league schedule. Which I must be blind right now. It's in the middle column. League, no, it's... Yeah, so league settings. I'm in league settings. Fourth down in the middle? You're welcome, Cousin Ken. Oh, over here. No, not over here. I fourth one down middle column. Oh, down here you mean? Schedule? No. I have no idea, guys. I'm too tired to do it right now. So yeah, I can't. Yeah, Chris, I can't follow it. I'm sorry, man. Too much. Too tired. Sorry. Are you talking about down here? Oh, edit league schedule. I see now. Down here. I'm looking up here. All right. Edit league schedule. There it is. Okay. And then actions. It's not going to be under actions. And then, yep, I'm there. I'm there. Yeah. Bah. Add new series game. There it is at the bottom. So, Bernie, thank Chris Slovic, because I would have never, ever figured that out because I've never had a need to do it. Yep, add new game. I got that. Boom, boom, boom. Got it. Cool. Yep, select number of games and for the teams and everything like that. So schedule, series, game, and what have you, which I don't know what I'm doing there, but there you go. All right, Bernie's got it, and that's it. All right, guys. I don't know when Bernie's going to be doing a game next. I'm going to take a quick look at the standings and then get out of here because I am bushed. The 1894 Orioles still sit atop the Castro Radbourne side of things at 44 and 16. Just one game up though in the 1899 Superbas. So that Superbas game against the Alleghenies is going to be big because the Alleghenies are also in this race. So we got to get some 19th century baseball here. The 1899 Phillies 1.5 out. The Alleghenies, as said, 4.5 out. The 1887 Wolverines 7.5 back. The 1888 Giants are 9 back. The magic number for the Orioles is 40. So some teams still in the race here. On the dead ball side of things, the Bucks still a game and a half up on the 1950 Phillies. They were 2 games up, but that loss tonight Phillies gaining a little ground. 2.5 back for the 1916 Robins. The Miracle Braves 3 back. The 1905 Giants 3.5 out. The 1908 Naps 4.5 out. 1907 Tigers 5.5 games back, along with the 1906 White Sox. 7 games back are the Nationals, Athletics, and Red Sox, and 9 games back are the Cubs. So, as far as teams though playing above 500, you get down to the 1908 or the 1906 Chicago White Sox, who are in 8th place. So this is a tight race, especially in the dead ball side. But it's going to be good all the way around. Boom, 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 boom. Yep. Cousin Ken says standings. Yep. Absolutely. Let's look at expanded standings here and see what teams are doing. First, looking at the Radbourne side of things. Let me see here, guys. What do we have going on here right now? So, where's Ken's Providence Grays in the mix? So 12 out. Yeah, they're playing 31-27 ball. Good stuff. So what's killing them, of course, hurting them a little bit is away records. So, but again, you guys know this is good, solid baseball fans. When you're winning them at home and away, you got this. Interesting. The Orioles are only 3-5 in extra innings. Interesting to see that. 1-run game, 6-9. Look at the Grays though. The Grays, when it's a 1-run game, the Providence Grays are 10-6. How about that? St. Louis 852 runs. What the fuck he says, right? Oh my God. Yeah, they've been beset with a lot of injuries and stuff like that. They're just not doing so well. And the Brown Stockings, well, yeah, what can you say? What can you say? The poor Brown Stockings. So it's really, I wouldn't want to be, and these Orioles are going to have a tough time with the Superbas, the Phillies, and even the Alleghenies. Really surprising me here. So tight races in both divisions. Tight races in both divisions. Yeah, the Providence great again, and Ken in 1-run games. This is huge, right? They're 10-6. I think that's great. Now, before the All-Star break, they were 29-27. They're 2-0 since the All-Star break. Having trouble with lefties, 2-5, but against righties, 29-22. They're 6-4 in their last 10 on a 4-game winning streak. And the Superba is breathing down the necks of the Orioles. The Orioles, 2-game losing streak, and the 1899 Superba has reeled off 4 victories. So, lots of fun stuff here in third place here. These Robins on a 3-game tear behind the Pirates in the dead ball side of things, and they're just 2.5 outs. So this is going to be, like McGreevy won, I think, a brilliant, brilliant finish. I really, really do. All right, my thanks to the heart and soul of this channel, Cousin Ken Castro, to Bernie Strom, Chris Slovic, Chris, thank you for walking me through that. Something else I've learned about out of the park baseball. You are the guru. Larry Rice, thank you very much for coming in. Again, everybody, if you haven't, please welcome Larry in the Discord. Aaron Reed, thank you, my friend, for coming in. Legend Sports Universe doing an F-ball project. Stopped in to say hi. Sakuni 007 doing some inside pitch PC baseball on his channel. Do check it out, guys. Dan Burke, thank you, my favorite Irishman, in to visit. Mike Silva, and the first one in the ballpark tonight is Sakuni 007. All right, until next time, guys, we'll see you around the batting cage. And thank you very much for hanging out for some Deadball baseball. Good night.